You want to know one of the biggest keys to being happy in life? Get comfortable being you, being yourself. Your happiness is completely tied to how much you can just be you. What's up, you amazing human? My name is Ben Hart. In today's video, we are talking about a key to happiness being you, being more you in the world. If you dig this video, want to see more like it in the future, hit the subscribe button below. If there's people out there you think would benefit from this, or you have a question or a comment, hit the like button, leave a comment. It'll help people find it, and I'm happy to engage with you. All right, so we're talking about you being more you. So, so many of us, most humans probably, but definitely a lot of us, experience hedging who we are in the world, experience kind of holding back our truth, holding back our authenticity, feeling like we need to put on a certain facade to be accepted, to be loved. And certainly this can start in our family systems, this can carry into school and when we're young children, when we're teenagers for sure. And many of us carry it throughout our entire life of feeling like if we just are ourselves, we're not actually going to fit in, we're not going to get what we want in the world. And so we're constantly kind of figuring out the ways that we slightly fit in and slightly do the thing, do the dance, do the whatever, a little stiltedness to make sure that we get what we want in life, whether it's socially or in our careers or in a romantic relationship, whatever the case may be. It's totally natural, makes a ton of sense that we would want to figure out the ways to work with reality, to work with our relationships such that they could really give us what we want. But what so often happens is we lose touch with who we really are. We lose touch with what we really want, what we really desire, and how we really want to live our lives. And it becomes this kind of like slow creeping, death knell, slow creeping passivity, slow creeping collapse into feeling like we just need to conform rather than we're just living our lives on our own terms. And so what I'm sharing in this video is the importance of each one of us being ourselves fully. We cannot have a life we love if it's not actually created on our own terms, if it's not actually an expression of who we are and what we want and what we love. And so my invitation to you is to really look at the places where you feel like you can't just be yourself. Because any place where we're held back from just being ourselves, where we're held back from just being authentic, speaking our truth, feeling like we can just express what is so for us, is a place where we're having less aliveness, less joy, less intimacy, so much less of what we actually want our lives to be filled with. And this isn't to say that we're meant to walk around just speaking our truth all the time and, blowing people over with our, private thoughts that maybe don't need to be shared. But that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is you being you, me being me, and us being able to actually create lives that feel like they're aligned with who we are. Us actually being able to have relationships where it's us fully being ourselves, really being honest, really being truthful, really being able to share the parts of us that we might not feel comfortable with. It's us being able to, share the creativity, share the song you want to sing, share the book you want to write. It's the poetry you want to share. It's you being you in whatever that means, in the most subtle, tiny little ways of just expressing an emotion, expressing a truth, to the biggest of you, creating a whole brand new career or I don't know, whatever it is about who you really are that might feel scary. And so the invitation is to look at the places where you're held back. Where do you find yourself feeling like, wow, I just don't feel natural. I just don't feel like I can relax. I feel like I'm having to put on a face. I feel like I'm having to do a dance here. I feel like I'm having to navigate in a way that doesn't actually feel like it's me being me. Whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in your professional life, whether that's even with yourself. So many of us are hiding from ourselves often. We're not actually connected to what do I really want? How would I really like to spend this day? How would I really like to treat myself? And so the invitation is to look at the places where you might feel scared to express yourself more. You might feel scared to be more of yourself, and inquire into that. What's going on there? What are you scared will happen? Is it losing love in some capacity? Is it feeling like your romantic partner will turn away, or you'll lose the acceptance of the social group you're a part of? Where is their fear? Where is their scaredness? Where is their anxiety? And where does that bring you? Can that bring you into a deeper relationship with yourself, Where can that bring you into a deeper relationship with, okay, what's this fear about? What's this anxiety about? What am I really wanting here? What am I really desiring? What really feels true for me? And don't make yourself wrong about, not feeling like you can just be yourself. Like there's completely understandable reasons why you might not be being yourself fully. But the invitation is to inquire into it, to look at it, and to become more connected to what do you really want and what's really true for you. And then potentially find the ways that you can begin to act on that more. Find the ways that you can begin to express who you are more. And that doesn't mean you need to go into your office and just declare who you are in a whole different way and, just freak people out. It can be small steps. It can be creating safe containers. If there's parts of yourself that you've never shared with people, find someone you really trust and share, that piece of art or share that truth from your heart about who you are, what you want in life, and begin to create containers and begin to step out more and more. Because what we realize, so often it can feel terrifying to be ourselves in bigger ways. And doing it in safe containers allows us to have the experience of how good it feels when you do. When you let yourself step through that fear, so often we realize it was just a thin veil, it was just fog. From this side, it looks like a brick wall that we can't move through. But when we move through it, when we actually say, I'm going to be who I am, I'm going to speak my truth, I'm going to share myself, I'm going to relax and just be me and say what I want to say, we realize it wasn't something to be scared of. We realize actually, suddenly we feel so much more alive, so much more free, so much more just peaceful and authentic and relaxed because we're just being real. And so the invitation is inquire into where you might not just be being real, where you might just not be letting yourself be you, and take a step in that direction. In a safe container, you can do it in a safe relationship or do it in a small way, but let yourself have the experience of being more you, and then more you, and then more you. And it can be small steps forward, but every small step is a huge win on the path of you being you in the world. Because, what I'm really wanting to hold here for and offer is the possibility of the life you want is a direct expression of you being fully yourself. All of your dreams come from you being you fully. You expressing yourself, you going after what you really want, you being able to be seen and felt and heard for who you really are. Create life on your terms. You can only create a life you love if it's on your terms, if it's a true expression of who you are. And so my invitation to you, my friend, is to step more into who you are. And maybe there's no maybe there's huge ways that you could see that happening, and maybe there's no really clear ways, but notice as you move through your day, wow, where am I not actually just being relaxed and natural? Notice in relationships, where am I actually not speaking my truth and being authentic? Where am I not claiming what I want in my life and going for it? All of that is places where we're holding ourselves back, feeling like we can't be ourselves because we're ourselves. It's not going to be safe. We're not going to be loved. We're not going to be accepted. And sure, there may be places where that's completely true. It might not be safe. We might not be accepted in certain spaces. But the invitation is to not let those moments or those spots in our lives or those relationships hold us back from becoming more us and expressing more us and being seen as more us. You can find places to become more you, to show up as more you, and let the aliveness and the joy and the magic that will come from that flood into your space. All right, my friend, if you dug this video, want to see more like in the future, hit the subscribe button below. And again, if you have any comments, any questions, leave a comment, hit the like button, help people find this video. And until next time, much love. Here's to more of you in the world.